You are listening to Season 2 of The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, the short and often daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily. Sometimes. Hello, today is Wednesday, the 24th of September 2025, and you're listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. And I'm going to stay on point a little more today after yesterday's ramble, mainly because I don't know what I'm going to say. I've literally pressed the record button and haven't thought about what I'm actually going to say. So this is going to be very random and probably not very good. I haven't done any writing today. I was hoping to sign off chapter 11, so I have read it. I have started doing the screen read through of it, and it's all right actually. There's not a huge amount that needs changing, but I'm just exhausted. I went to bed at a sensible time last night and I was still awake at 5 o'clock in the morning. I did eventually fall asleep, and I think I ended up getting up about 11:30, so I didn't sleep for very long. And I am working tomorrow, so I've washed some uniform. I've done that at least. And I've turned the central heating on yesterday. I think I already mentioned that. So my shirts are drying on the radiator, and then I'm basically going to go to bed quite soon because I'm utterly tired. I hate it when I can't sleep when I'm going to work. I've not got an early start, but I've got to get up at about 5:30 to make sure I'm kind of up and ready and get to work on time. Because my shirts aren't dry, I'm leaving them on the radiators overnight, and if necessary I shall finish off the drying using my iron tomorrow morning, but that's about it. Well, that filled 90 seconds and I've still got another 4.5 minutes to go. 4 minutes and 40 seconds. One day I'm literally going to do that for the whole podcast when I've run out of ideas. Oh, well, actually, no, now it's only 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Well, I say that. Now it's only 4 minutes and 10 seconds. One day I'm actually going to do that. I'm trying to think what else to say, really. I've got... this is my last block of work now, before I get my 5 weeks off. I thought it was 6 weeks, but it turns out the annual leave that I bid for, what would have been the 6th week, was rejected, and I've only just noticed. So I've then got a very weird working pattern. I get 5 weeks off, then I go back to work for 2 days and have another 3 days off, then we go back to work for 2 days and have another 2 days off. So it's all going to be a bit... Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to get in those, although the rosters will be published early next month. So yeah, so tomorrow I've got it's not that late. I think it's just about 9 o'clock after report for duty, and we finish at about 5:30. And we're flying to Gibraltar and back, and I like this one because it's one of our very short, one of the shorter runways that we have to land on, which means once you've touched down, you have to brake pretty damn sharpish, and because it's unusually sharp braking, the captain always comes onto the PA and says, warns people that it is going to be a much sharper braking than normal, and what was the last one say? Something along the lines of, please hang on to small devices, otherwise we're going to end up with a pile of phones and headphones at the flight deck door, which I thought was quite funny. So yeah, doing that tomorrow, and tomorrow is Thursday. I am going to try and do a podcast tomorrow. Don't know why, because I've not got much to say. And then that will be my last one for a couple of days. So Thursday I should do one. Friday, Saturday, Sunday I'm on standby. The first day is airport standby, and the last 2 days are home standby. And I could be used for anything. My hunch, I've just got this feeling I'm going to end up going to New York. That seems to be what usually happens. It's not that people like missing New Yorks, but they recently seem to have a habit of putting them on a bigger aeroplane at the last minute, which is good, because you get more passengers, which is good if you're leaving Heathrow because you get the 2 extra crew. But if you were due to come back on the smaller aeroplane from New York, you don't get the 2 extra crew because there's no time to get them. So we shall see. But that's my hunch, that I'll end up doing something like a New York. So I shall do a podcast today. Tomorrow, you never know, I might have something to say, probably not though. Then I'm going to give myself Friday and Saturday off, and I'll be back with you on my clear day, the last day of work on the Sunday. Still got a minute and a half to wang on about, oh dear. Looking around me for inspiration, but I can't think of anything. Need to tidy my house. Got a few things planned for when I'm away. Not much though. Sorry, not when I'm away, when I'm off work. Quite looking forward to it. Got stuff throughout the time actually. So I've got a couple of 4 writing sessions, maybe 5 actually, with different writing groups. I've got 2 book clubs I'm going to. I'm going to a book event with Tani Campbell to promote her Bow Street Society books. I'm going to Beamish with Tani Campbell to, and it was originally to do some research for self-portrait, but I've written that chapter now, but I guess I'll just use it to just make sure my descriptions of the areas that we're briefly in, make sure they're correct. I'm going to see a couple of stage plays in that time. I'm going to see Midsummer Murders. This is all stuff I've talked about before, sorry. I'm going to see Midsummer Murders, and then the much advertised, it would seem, Importance of Being Earnest with Ollie Alexander, Stephen Fry, Hugh Dennis, and a couple other famous people. There we go. Almost got to the end without boring you rigid, at least I hope not. So yes, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to do it after the flight. You never know. Actually, no, I was toying with staying in London overnight, but it's not really worth it. Anyway, that's me for today. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. For more information about what I'm writing, go to linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W, where you can find details of my website and social media. I may see you there.